Welcome to K-Drama Unfolded, and this is video contain part 6 to 10 of Body Swap series. Make sure to watch part 1 to 5 before watching this link in description. So let's start. So till now, we have seen that kdrama, who is angry doing mushing and getting Ryu to go together. Seeing this, both of them came out and I started to see where when I sat in the mashing car. When she was about to, he made a lot of gestures to her that please don't get in the car, but then the mushing. She also sits down because she refuses to let Rio go. If I could not do it, then seeing that Doma had, I got very angry. So much so that in imagination the mission is called upside down, and then just then Mush comes near him and kisses him. Trying my best to get out of the car, then mushing and Ryu. Both of them look at Doma in surprise. Keto. Ma came to his senses and then he turned back. I was just saying that outside. The weather is nice, so let's go home together. You can do anything, but you are your brothers, go with me, and then I started leaving from here. Ryu asks who this girl is. On this mashing said that this is not a girl, but then she starts saying that this is mine. He is a classmate? Well, we will see in the next scene that Doma's father who needs his son very, very much in the given court. It's hot, but she's still. And then when ripping and mushing. When both of them came home, then he started mashing. I stop you and tell you, I like this, I am fit now, so thank you. Mushing was happy to give this thing. Hearing that Chalo father liked the gift that. Then they start asking whether you have run out of money that you can't ask for. Because if you are pretending to be good, then quickly stepmother came out of the kitchen and signaled that if you do not ask such questions, then that thing let me change it. And then I said that I who called your school. He told me that now you are concentrating well on your studies, also pay attention to your tech commando. You are also making the club members study. So I don't understand it at all. After all, how did you change so much? Then, listen this. Mushing starts thinking that I must have done the work, I have spoiled it, that means now what am I? Should I tell you that, how did I change so much? That's why I lie and say yes. I am trying to be good. I was doing acting for money and that's why I gave you a gift, otherwise studying is beyond my capacity, so this. Listen, father got angry and said, look, I knew that he is doing all this because of money. That is some. Even if it happens, it will not improve. Stepmother father. She tells him to calm down, but he doesn't. No, I am just non-stop with my son. They keep on speaking nonsense about Doma. And then when he said at last that if the year also fails, then I will throw him out of the house. If I give it to you, then hear this. Mo Sing will start crying. She gives an end and then goes from here to her room. Rio is shocked to see all this, so is he? Then I would follow mashing to his room, whereas the stepmother told the kid's father scolded you for not meeting Kiddo Ma at all. He shouldn't have talked like that. That means I am slowly trying to change myself. So what is wrong in this? And then when it comes back. If Chili goes into the kitchen, then Father Jin has to go to court. I was feeling very hot at that time, take it off and throw it away, and then again, he started getting angry that all this money was being spent on kids. Because of this, I was doing well now. The next scene, it is shown that mashing took place at night. How did I tell Doma everything? Whatever. What happened at home today? What kind of people are my family members? The above are suspecting my change in behavior. Because then Kido Ma tells me to sit down more Rio in her car with me, i.e. gestures I was telling you no, but I did not listen to her, and the moshing started saying that he was making me sit with so much love, that's why I sat down, but now I don't understand why. What should I do next so that no one suspects me? Don't do it because then someone came to the door, the mushing call cuts it by the way, and there is no one who can save his brother's life. He brought milk for me. Then said, please, don't take what Tate says to heart. But I am also surprised by this change in your behavior. That means if you are still in the first category of kids. If it were so, I would have disappeared from home for a whole day. You would leave the house and run away as you have always done it, but this time When Tamo came back to his room in anger, Leo starts wondering if I have done this again. I have made a mistake. So she says that now I am not a small person to do all this. That is me. I have become wiser. And then I will tell her. She meets him and comes to the washroom. I have become wiser. and then I will tell her. She meets him and comes to the washroom, throws it away, so that it can make one believe that she is still the same as before, who loves her brother. Then she gave Rio the glass I caught him and asked him to leave the room. Rio quietly leaves from here after knowing Moshing starts to feel bad after because it's not her style. But then I started convincing myself that I like Doma, I have to behave. Only then people will doubt me, I will stop doing it, after which next day. We see that when Moshing quietly leaves the house, she was going to school so that no one could stop her. Don't question him on Vidor Ryu was found, who was reunited with his brother, starts to check on kdrama. While showing his favorite doll, he asked whether you need this because it just launched. If it has happened, then Mashing has got the perfect idea. I don't know what to say to her at this time, should you say yes or no. So she started shouting and said, "Go away. Stop following me, i.e., away from me." And when she left, Rio started thinking about something again. It starts after which we now have to Doma. Let's see who Mush's mom came and picked up. And she said that you would just keep studying all night. Yes, you should go to sleep on time, but whenever she sees that her daughter is not studying all night, I was reading a comic then. She was shocked, so excuse me for kids. It starts to show that actually the language, the teacher himself asked me to study all these things. I told you, by the way, your hair is really messy. So Mom explains to him that every day dry your hair after washing it. Sleep or do anything but pay heed to what they say does not give. And now it is shown how kid's hair was not getting set. So he wore a cap because he was going to school. I was getting late for school, and then when I got to school, it would have been like that when he saw her on the way. I got a message that it was kdrama's arrival. I was waiting for the machine to start complaining. That's how Kadam's brother Rio followed him. If you have taken it, then Kid Ma says that don't tell me because I'm from my brother myself. Moshing used to bother Doma a lot, gives a list of questions which all the kids, it's about Ma so that she can give the kids Ma more. You can get to know him well, and at home it is exactly like that. If you can marry like that, then you will be surprised. I start to wonder if I really need all these answers to the questions have to be written by the way. The lover notices that the kids have. That's why he is wearing a cap, because he has hair. Moshik is not taking care of me properly, put Doma on the bench, and then had enough to set her hair more lovingly. Started explaining that, look, now you are a girl, so give yourself time. Every day after that, you should dry yourself and sleep. Seeing all this, Doma was surprised that Mushin, how she is taking care of him, and then when Mashing put a hair clip in kdrama's hair, if you put it in, then he starts speaking in imagination, I wonder if this girl has hurt me. The girl thinks that I am a girl, but then again love. I started saying to him that, but even then I was not angry. I am feeling good. Shinka do this. So I also got this clip. I started liking it while that went away in the present, and he started to leave saying that I do not know you. How can you touch someone else's hair so comfortably? If you can do it, then after he leaves the machine. She starts to say that maybe you're forgetting that you are in my body, so I have touched his hair and has been corrected. Well-up scene gets cut, and it is shown that Doma is in class and answers to all the questions given by Moshing. I am writing where one of the questions was that what does he do in his free time at home? Then the kid starts remembering that how can I just spend my free time at home? Keeps looking at the dolls and tries to correct them. Keeps doing this, then the next question is this, it happens that when kdrama is out, then what does his mostly mind reside in? So then kdrama started remembering that I was every time just thinks about Tuck Vando, even if I'm at the red light, why not? And then now we are shown that. How a boy who is about to cross the road, but he scolds her and stops her, and then like she's in the club tucking Vendos. Everybody makes him practice jumping in the same way. When he started leaving from here, then he along with him. Other students also jumped on the road in the same manner. So to remember all this. Later on, kids even made a mistake in the present. He makes a noise so that everybody starts to notice that what happened to it. But then Dom gave the excuse that actually, no one. A mosquito had come. So I was chasing it away, and then, again, the answers to all the questions. He starts writing. Well, the scene was cut, and now we mashing and kdrama together again where kdrama mashing is shown. Write the answers of all the questions on paper, gives it to him, which mashing keeps, and then she starts discussing all this that How to escape from Ryu, then Indu advises you not to stay at home. That means spend most of your time outside, like go to the clubs, go to the discos, and yes, you best get it done and leave. Because Rio absolutely loves singing. She doesn't like you, so she follows you there. I won't do it, but Mushing refuses because he doesn't like this place, nor will he ever. She came here, and then when she started leaving from here, then seeing him coming, Doma said that, "Sometimes I feel as if you have come from another planet." Well, the scene would have been cut. And now we have to start mushing Takvolt. I was not even able to do it secretly. Both of them are also watching gymming. So I am surprised to say that we are still. I cannot understand why our boss, what happened after which the scene gets cut, and now we are shown a night scene moshing on the call telling Kadam that you are so worried. I mean, you have an exam tomorrow, for which he has to prepare, but Rio is not leaving her alone, that is. He keeps coming to my room to give me juice. Sometimes on the pretext of giving me fruits, sometimes on the pretext of giving milk, and now, because I don't want my family to tell me. Seeing me studying, I became suspicious again, so I am just doing boxing right now. I am acting to do Doma suggest now. There is only one option left if you want to study, then get it done and go, because Ryu is definitely following you. There won't be a chance before the mushing can do anything. She could speak, but then Ryu came here again, and he started asking a lot of questions that what are you doing? This is the reason why mushing. She decides that now she will make me do it, after which we will now proceed to mushing. In the karaoke, where all the people see him, knew that, so Mashing understood that Doma was here. He is an old member of the well. He is in his room, goes where she turned on the lights, animals, got the world channel installed, and the sound turned off. Then when the waiter left from here, then Tamo Xing takes out her books to study for, and then when I was sitting and studying, it is then that Ria enters, who came here chasing Mashing. He went inside and then came inside and started asking in surprise, "Do you really sit here and study? If you are feeling very bad, then you are very bad. I was wondering how you got here." And then she quickly called for the washroom and went to the washroom. She goes there and calls Doma and told the whole story that Ray came here too. So then he said, "How is this possible? Because Ryu loves singing at all, but I don't like it when the mushing makes a sound outside." She tells that where Ria was singing. Then kdrama became even more surprised and said, "Don't worry, wait, I'm coming." Then we see when he was going out, so then, because it was late in the night, her parents were forbidding her to go out, but he doesn't agree. He just makes some other excuse. After doing this, he went away from here and there. We had to do mushing, which was shown to be quite disturbing. I have an exam tomorrow, and Rio. I can't study, I am giving it to him, and I won't even tell him anything. Maybe I have an exam tomorrow for which I have to study. Otherwise, this doubt will come upon me again. He will start doing that only then. Finally, Doma mashing to get help and escape Ryu from here. And I'm happy seeing moshing, but as that will be able to get Ryu to stop moshing for the day. We will know this in the next part, and just like this scene, part 6 is here. But it ends. So at the beginning of part 7, we see that Doma has come to help with mushing. When it is done, then Mashing started feeling happy that Doma. Seeing this, David Rio came out and asked, "I thought, is this your friend? And is this the same girl who was outside the school?" We received a message that tells us that yes, this he is the same Doma who was talking to Ryu, not at all interested in doing it. He is forced to talk to Ryu, and then only, before these two could say anything, he went inside. Gone is the mushing that was scared to go in. It happens that no scene happens, but Ryo takes him inside by force, after which it is now shown how Doma singing on Vice songs with full energy Ryo, and moshing after seeing this. Both of them were surprised, then Doma got tired and gave up. Rio sat down and said that I have energy now, I'll bring you something I order, and then when diet food. When I started to order, then Doma asks me, that is anybody here sick? That is me, I don't eat kids' food, and then orders everything himself. Rio is surprised by particularly spicy things. He asks, do you eat so many things? If you take it, then he says yes. Take it easy, but the same moshing is there to scold him with gestures. Looks like you can't eat spicy food because I am allergic to spicy food, that Doma says so. What is allergy? If you need me, then she will tell him. It reminded me that the body you are in, and it is my body. Only then will Doma talk to me. When I understood, Rio saw these two. I was wondering how these two were talking. Mashing now orders light food, in which the kid keeps saying the same thing again and again. I wish it was at least a little spicy, order some spicy chicken and cold drinks too. But no moshing was going on when Rio stood up and started speaking. I have now understood that you are. What is the scene between the two? Mashning was shocked. That means, what have you understood then? Right there? Even the kids began to look at him with surprise. If he understood this, then the code from remashing, he talks in word because he feels that these two are dating each other. That's why I said I wouldn't disturb you both. Enjoy yourself, and then, when if you go from here then Tamu Singh. Kidor, your brother signals me like this. Why has he gone? Means, what has he to do with this thing? Means then he has done the kidding. But he is sitting quietly, and then when both of them sat down and were talking, when you were here then Doma told his story. He starts telling me that he loves me. His brother Rio. Why don't I like it? Because first of all, I loved my mom very much. This was the only thing that took care of me after death, and he used to protect me. But one day, this is for me to study abroad without telling me. He went away, in a way, leaving me. He left, and I was left alone because Dad doesn't like me that way. So whenever I called Rio, he didn't even talk to me on call. Everybody got busy in their life. I didn't even think about me. Family is not like others. This is why I hate my family. That means each member of your family is not one of them ever supported me, nor has he considered me his own. Then he gets emotional and starts crying. Then Mashing understood kdrama's feelings that, starting with how lonely Doma feels, he has been feeling it. That's why he is getting irritable. That's why she puts her hand on kdrama's shoulder and tries to silence him. So only then did he calm down a bit. That is, kdrama also felt a sense of belonging. After which now we see next that when that Doma was coming to school, then he saw a girl on the way. I met Rio, who asked if do you remember? Doma starts saying that yes, because my memory is not weak. I mean, we met just yesterday, so let's hear this. He started laughing and then took out a box and gave it to him. I think you are doing this, please, my brother kid. Give it to Ma, because you are my brothers. You are a close friend, so you are our. You must also know about family relations, how much he hates me. But you might not know that I still love her. I consider it the most important thing in the world. That's why I keep worrying about him and me. It seems that there have been some changes in it. Yes, he has come because of you. That is, he called me brother after a long time. If you have called, then listen to all this, Kadam. What do you think? It seems that now it is time for me to finally get close to you. Why try when I can do it? Before he didn't remember. So he took the box with him. He flatly refuses to go, and then, the one who tolerated this behavior left from here. Seeing this, he was surprised and then started saying that the girl has the same attitude as my brother. That is, this bean is like a kid. That is why it is. We became friends. Well, now in the next scene, let's see the mushing, that is late night study. I was doing a question which I wanted to solve. It wasn't happening. So then Ryu did some mushing, helps in solving the question. Mashing started getting impressed with Ryu that, wow. So you are very intelligent right there. Rio says that therefore a good environment is needed. The next day he goes moshing with he brings a big library where he rent the entire second floor for my brother. But seeing all that I have taken, I am very excited. I wondered if this whole place really started from today. If it is only mine to study, then Rio says, yes. Then it is shown that when Ryu gave some gift to Jasmine, which will help him a lot in studies. If you get it, then Mashing will become even more happy. So she happily asks if we both. Let's take a selfie together, Ryu said. Yes, absolutely, and then both of them clicked a selfie. I accept it. That means I am very happy. Then one day when the books on mushing were kept outside, seeing them, Day got angry and said that, what is this, kid? Ma has kept stuff everywhere. Then Ria grabs his hand and scolds him, saying, Dad, please, kid, please take care of Mom, don't touch anything because it's an exam ongoing on which he is giving full focus. So then Dad stopped, but went back to his room. He comes and starts telling his wife that both the sons have changed completely. It looks like he is the first one. No, that's why I also have to do something for Doma, after which the scene was cut. And now it was shown when Mu was in the library. Then kdrama came to meet him, who was surprised. Is that really what Rio did to this whole place if I have taken it on rent for you? Then she says yes, so that all my exams go well. And then remember kdrama too. It starts reminding you that you too will be in the exam. You have to get good marks, because you know that not you are in my body, which is class. If he is a topper, then kdrama sat down quietly, and he said, yes, I will take care of everything. Well, Mushing was about to drink water in the middle of the study. How to change that water and make the mushroom hot. Gives water telling that this one is low, the first one would have cooled down. Then, Mushing. She becomes happy and thanks him right there. The kids are surprised to see all this. Then when Mashing got up to take something, then Rio quickly. He came with a book and said that you are here. If you were going to take it, then the machine says that yes. Thank you then. Doma again. He looks at both of them with surprise. He asks what happens between you two. What is going on? Lu said nothing, i.e. we are brothers, so take care of each other. If you are keeping it, then Doma will keep quiet. He sat down now because he didn't like. It was how Rio used to mush over and over again, so when the moshing happens again. When I got up for some work, then kdrama herself, he also got up and started asking that this time, tell me what you need. I will bring it for you. But Rio said that for sure my brother needs to go to the washroom, which only I can take it with me. And then, when both of them left from here, then Doma, and these two get so excited. Seeing more close how these two expressing love. And then when she started mushing, I saw the wallpaper of his mobile in which there was a photo of both of them together, so then he became even more. I start getting more and more angry that what should I do with this mushing, i.e. I have. As much as he was told to stay away from Ryu, well seen is increasing friendship with him to the same extent. There is a cut, and now we see the next day that Doma's father should prepare the buses for Doma. Then when Mom came, she took those buns. Get them tested, which is absolutely correct in the test. Not good either means very much. He was bad, which brought tears in his eyes. Dad goes and asks what happened. So then she lies and says that this is enough. It is so tasty that I got emotional and I remembered my mom. Dad was happy to hear this, and Mashing was also here. Came. Dad stopped her and told her that I have prepared some buns for you. After eating these, tell me how are they? Son Mashing starts to feel happy that whether my and then sat down to eat them happily, but as soon as she tasted the bun, then he also felt bad that after all this what kind of poison it is, but now because Dad has them, it was made with a lot of love. That's why mushing. They had to eat it forcibly. That is, Dad forces me to do some work little by little when he went to the kitchen. Then Mom quickly, she puts the buns in the lunch and gives it to Mashing, and she said, you are getting late for school. No, that's why you should go away quickly. Then Yushin went away from here happily. Or should I say that she escapes from being tortured while Dad does this? You kept saying, hey, I have heard you made many buns for classmates too. At least they could have taken it. Then I grabbed my wife again, and more asking to feed the buns, tell me I am the best chef, right? Then she says, yes, you are, but now I am not eating anything I can, because my dentist told me all this, I refuse to eat things, and then she runs away from here making an excuse. After which, in the next scene, we reach Mashing's house. Let's see where Mashing's father also did the same, had made buns for his daughter, who Mom likes the kids very much. That means he was happy, and his taste was good too. But then Aunt Len came and Mom. But she started getting angry, actually. She was on top of She runs a small restaurant where there is free and edge. Dress Mushing's mom goes to work. She calls me where I would give soup to the guest tomorrow. The time Mom accidentally spilled the soup, due to which his hand got hurt a lot, but Aunt Lin cannot see the injury. But Mushin starts demanding compensation for the loss. If father gives money, then he becomes helpless for the money. She also started taking free stuff along with it. So then kdrama said that firstly, you have taken money. That means you are not even worth that much. That's all the money you took from my dad. You are taking free stuff from above, so give me the money for this stuff right now, Auntie. Lynn obviously refuses to give the money, and they start to show that She was admitted to the hospital at the age of 12 and your parents for surgery. When you needed money, I gave it to you, Doma. He said that yes, we are your kind till today. Do you remember how much money you took from them? You have returned the item, but you still want the item. Why do you take it for free? And then your mom showing his chest, he asked whether we had Auntie Lynn asked you to pay for the loss. She became silent, and then said that maybe, it's not like just a few days ago, you mom borrowed it from me again then. When Keto started looking at his mom from Maharani father, then called Aunt Lynn to finish the conversation. If they start giving bans, then that Doma, I got more angry that you did this to me. How can you give them the cooked rice? Aunt Lynn also starts screaming that this girl needs to talk to elders. No manners at all. Even kids are equal. Starts fighting, that is, in a way, he is fighting one by one. I was giving correct answer to whatever Auntie said. Lynn did unfair things to Mushin's family, but Aunt Lynn is not going to be intimidated by anyone. She says I will give you 500 rupees in rent. I am raising my voice because I first saw you. Father had given this house at a very cheap price. After listening to everything, she tried her best to silence her daughter. I try and apologize, but when Aunt Lynn Ba started saying this in conversation, have I ever worked with you as a waitress? I have made you do it. That means I have never worked with you. When he got it done, the worms bit his finger. If I distance myself from her, then she starts making noise. It seems like this girl has killed me. Look. He raised his hand on me, Father Aunt, trying his best to silence Lynn, and then when my daughter calls me very loudly, but I screamed that you have had enough of it, that means you have to be exactly like the elders. If you don't know how to respect, then that's Doma. He looked at them with surprise and asked, Do I really not know how to talk while I am supporting you, Dad? Tell him to go to school quietly. So then Doma goes away from here in anger. I felt it. And even when Mom asked me to stop, I didn't stop. At the same time, Auntie Lynn announces that now the rent will definitely increase, and not just by 500 yuan, 800 yen. And then when she left, that means she was a banyan tree. She also takes it with her and gets free stuff. Even then, Dad gets upset and sits down, and they start saying that it's all my fault that I am not able to provide a good life to my family. That means I'm screaming at Moshing today, too. Gone is the time when he is of study age, but he got into all this trouble because of me. Mom is also starting to cry and trying to calm your husband down. Did you feel that you have done as much to us as you have done to us? You did it for me. That's why we feel proud of you. We do it, but it doesn't calm down immediately. I just keep getting sad that I am not the one I am. Neither a good husband nor a good. I am a father who gives a good life to his family. If I find it, then it is shown that from outside kdrama was also listening to all this. And he doesn't like Mushin at all, seeing the family in so many problems, and now because he also considers himself a part of this family. The member started believing this, so he decides that now I have to arrange money from somewhere. Actually, he might not have the money with him, he can give it because his entire pocket money is gone. It was over, so he took the money from somewhere else. Part 7 will come again with this scene. This is where it ends. At the start of Sawat 8, we see that Doma is telling Mashing that, I need my... Please get me money from Dad. I need money this time. There is a lot of need, so she starts asking, but why, and yours is your father? My relationship with him is not good, then I will be like this. How can I ask him for money, kid? He says that he has created a dynasty for you. You had made it. It means this time it's different. But Mashing still refuses to ask for money because then Dad will find it to be true. It will seem that she behaved nicely with them. As soon as I was doing the Vajay, then the kid, I started getting worried that where will I get the money now? Mashing asks. But this happened. What does that mean? Did you fight with Aunt Lynn somewhere? So he did not do it, because of which he said if the rent is not increased, then what will happen to the kids? I know that if Mushin comes to know I thought I had a fight with Aunt Lynn, then she will scold me a lot for telling lies. I think I need the money because the AC in your room is not working, and if you cannot sleep without AC, then this thing. On hearing this, Mashing starts saying, sorry that kdrama has to face so many problems. When she is studying, then the kids start laughing. From here, I started to think that thank God the Mashing was true. I couldn't figure it out. Otherwise, it would scold me a lot. Well, now in the next scene we see that Mashing's Doma's father's company has come to ask for money for kdrama, but when he saw that father's mind was already bad, so she started to leave from there. But on the way, I found Rio who was mushing. He stops them both, and they sit and talk. Where Mashing told that money is needed, so listen, this starts giving a lot of money, but Mushing stops him and tells my friend needs money. So could you please take him to our hotel? You can get a job in any restaurant. Then Rio would speak after listening to the whole thing. That's good, that's fine. Okay, I'm yours. I will hire my friend for the job, by the way. Who is he? If there is any mushing, then listen to this. She says yes. That is what we are after now. Let's see how Mushin handles this whole thing, who is irritated on hearing all this that you talk about my job without asking me. How can you do this with my brother? Me. I am not going to work in my brother's hotel. But when Doma started to remember how, because of that the rent has increased, so finally to work at his brother's hotel in Rio. So be happy Moshing, after which we now see Ryu, who that standing outside the hotel with all my, was welcoming Mushing with the staff. So then Mashing and Keto, Ma both know this thing, one is amazed to see this. Mashing started saying that I didn't know I would get such a welcome. Then that Doma said that, but I felt a little. The idea was because that's Ria's style. Well, Ryu to impress people, he comes to Mashing and says welcome to him who was giving attitude. Look, then Rio asked his brother to welcome you. How did you feel? Then Mashing happily told that Rio starts saying that it's very good. First of that, I will meet you both at the hotel. If I show it to you, then Keto Ma says it's okay. Why don't we go to your office first? Start, and then when you left from here. Then Rio started asking his brother whether your friend is not happy with my welcome, if it happens. Then Tamu Singh replies that leave it. He's not happy with himself. Well, all three of them came to Ryu's office, where as soon as they arrived, Keto Ma starts talking ill about this place. That's how small it is. So Tam Shing Ryu, I apologize that, please my friend don't feel bad about it. Take it as a joke, I like. Rio said it's okay, then this. Both remained silent as the Kadam broke something. Gave me the thing that was important for Rio. But he still forgives him, kid. Ma now asks these two that why don't I? Then what should Ryu Kidoma do? The hotel's restaurant brings to the show tells me that you are here as a wet dress. You can do the job according to the starting. It is important that you understand the basics now. But Doma refused and sat on the chair. So then Mashing started telling that this is why she is refusing, because his health is not good. Rio says then you take care of the kitchen, then Keto Ma refuses to do this as well. Because of the smoke, the machine started telling that, actually it is called asthma problem, then sit at the counter, but he even refuses to do the work because I don't like talking to strangers, and then it is shown that Doma did everything. In what ways did I refuse? Telling him that I can't do this, I can't do that either, I can't do anything? Whose Mashing is upon hearing all these things, and Ryu both were getting worried that. Then what work should we give it now, up there in the ditch? The demand for salary was also quite high. Mushi says that means you are nothing. Even if you do it, you still need a high salary. If only he wanted to come here every day, then he would say, is it not so? I am a little bit like everybody. I will help you a lot. So listen to this, both of them. We became silent, and then the scene was cut, and now let's see the Mashing that's angry. When she was leaving from here, Doma told her. Mashing stops him and asks, why did you do this? Why are you doing this, i.e. staying in my body? Why are you ruining my reputation? Then he said, because I have my brother, I don't like it at all, and I laugh at him, I get angrier after seeing this, and more. I was getting more angry when you, talking lovingly to my brother Ryu. She also says Mashing laughingly that there is nothing like that, you just spoiled my image. You are busy doing it, and then only you come to yourself. All the money she had was given to Keto Ma. She starts giving it to me and says that I will give it to them. I was saving it for a long time. But now you give this to my parents because I know you must have caused some scene. That is, the anger inside you is you must have had a fight with your Aunt Lynn. If it happens, then I will be interested in mashing this. How did she understand everything, and now because I have to fix everything myself, hence the job of a vet, he agrees to do it and promises that he will do the job well without any. He threw tantrums and also paid for moshing. I gave it back to him and said, "Now I'm moshing, so I'll handle everything myself." Mashing starts getting impressed by her words, and now, because he wants to tell his parents, "I told you to meet me so that I can take you home. I am going home with you on the pretext of leaving you." Kids, I start refusing that no. You don't actually need to go through that fear. I am thinking that somewhere Mashing will go home and tell the truth. Let it not be known that Aunt Lynn raised the rent I have given it and how much I fight with him happened, but the moshing doesn't stop. Keto picks up Ma and lifts her up. She began to take it with her, saying that, "You won't stand in my way and stop me." "You can, because at this time, you are more than me. I'm powerful." Well, now we have to go to the house of Mashing. A scene is shown where a boy is moshing to his father and tells her that I am your daughter's, I am her friend, and I had come to drop her home. Then Dad started welcoming Mushing and asked him to come home when they say so, then Mashing happily goes inside the house. She agreed to go and Keto Ma. I was getting worried when Mashing was going to his father. I was sitting next to them and talking to them. It was then that Mashing's mom also came here and she invites Mashing to the table to have dinner, but now because I had the habit of mushing, I used to eat before serving, take out the sauce from the fridge and serve it on the table. To keep it on her body, so she started doing the same thing. After seeing all this, the parents were shocked that after all this, what is he doing? Kiddo Ma is also surprised. Then when Mushin came to know this, that's why he started speaking while being in the body of real life that Moshing told me about this, that you all eat this thing along with your food. Then everyone started laughing and said, "Well, this is... Now let's all sit down to eat." But when Aunt Lynn hears the sound of jumping from above, when the sound started coming, Mashing again started himself. I moved the stand forward, so that when I ate dust, if you are unable to come, then your parents will be shocked again. It happens that after all this time we will talk about it. How do you know if we do this, then Doma is there? I was also getting worried that this is going to haunt me again. She starts giving excuses that actually this didn't even tell me about moshing. This time Aunt Lynn is doing rope jumping, so you... Everybody does this, but still you all tell me. Sorry, I mistook your house for mine. I am listening to this motions. Mom and Dad started laughing. They look and say, no, it's like that. Nothing means you can call it your home. Understand? Well, now all of them start eating food. Where moshing hasn't stopped like it's been so long. After that, I ate food cooked by my mom. She got very emotional. So when she starts crying silently, then everyone. People were surprised to see Mashing crying, that what happened to it. Then Doma stood there in her mind. He started saying that what kind of drama is this now? Mushing tells all these things actually. Eating this food reminds me of my mom. When Tamu Singh's mom asks him what your mom doesn't live with you. So then Kidoma tells that actually when his mom died when he was little, Mashing also started telling that I am my dad and I live with my brother and stepmother. So this son Mashing's parents ask him to eat food, speak, and then communicate through gestures. I thought we felt really bad for Kadam. This must be happening to his stepmother at home. She must be bullying him by doing well. Dead Mashing? Ask about financial status. What does your father do? Is everything okay? Neither the Moshing told yes there. It is a well-run restaurant. I can't actually describe Moshing properly. Thee was about Doma's father's business. Then Kidoma filled out all the details herself. Told that his father is very rich who runs a China restaurant, that is, more than 100 restaurants are under him. So the parents were completely shocked to hear that. Is he such a big businessman at this time? You are sitting with your son. That means what is the truth? Kidoma is so rich that only then Aunt Lynn there I had heard the things. So I started talking, what's the matter with the rich boy? Is he intending to maintain friendship with this if you want to make some more relationship? Then father handled the matter with a smile that nothing like this. No, that means these two are just classmates. Well, finally, once again from Masha's mother to call them to do the work for free. I had come with them, so I send them up, and then before leaving, she started eating their dish. So then Kiddo Ma got very angry. Came, but calmed down the mushing Kiddo Ma. Aunt Lynn gives Moshing a rich future. Husband left while talking. Then Dad's I was feeling very embarrassed. At the same time, Kiddo Ma was also not feeling good. But then somehow Dad managed to solve all these problems. Fix the mushing comes back to normal after listening to the words of your stubbornness, and when you yourself, when she started talking to him, mashing felt happy. Seeing that Doma was also getting happy, well, the scene cut, and it was now shown that Mushin. How come you came to your room after so long? And he is happy to be here, so from behind kiddo, Ma tells him about the rent increase. I started to say that I'm sorry I told you this, but I'll be back at the Ryu Hotel very soon. I can earn money by working as a waitress. I will not take money from my father, I will ask for it or rather earn it myself. Then mashing kid thanks Ma. Because Kiddo Ma fought only for his parents. Kiddo Ma was pleased with Aunt Lin, and I said that means you believe that I am manly and super handsome too, that is compared to Ryu. If I am more handsome, then you would call me Sing. That yes, you are there, only then the kid will be there in the same place. Wando points to the button and asks if you had a crush on me. You still hold this small thing of mine. When I heard this, mashing became nervous. That is, I am unable to understand that, now what should I say? So I divert the topic. Actually, no one knows this yet. Know that mushing is really Kidoma first, whether she liked it or not. Well, both of them sat down, starts looking at old things which are... These are the childhood memories of mashing, which kids will get excited seeing Ma was also enjoying it. And then the scene it was cut, and now the night scene was shown. That when mashing was going from here, then Aunt Lin started to pester him again, that rich future husband, are you going? And then in front of both of them there was a mushing. She starts shouting non-stop at her parents. That is, she was scolding him repeatedly, that don't spill soup back on my guest. And this is how you both do it slowly. Are you working quickly? I.e., do you, if there is no strength in both of them, then tolerating Kid Ma jog Aunt Lin? He had learnt it, so he was calm, but this time mashing would not stay quiet, but said, what, you have bought the parents of mashing who you are behaving like this with him? Aunt Lin. She starts saying in surprise, just look at it. So you have come today, and today only our matter. If you start entering your house you will be rich, but there is no need to raise your voice in front of me. If not, even more than Tomo Sing Ji. I was angry. She said yes. I am a rich boy, and that too so much that if I want, then right now I can have this little one of yours, I can buy the restaurant and give you, I can drown you in debt, that means mess with me. It may cost you heavily to take this, my father. They are so dangerous that if I say anything I can buy you in just a second. Then Aunt Lin was very upset after hearing all this. They get scared while the kids get happy. I felt that, oh wow, today mushing did wonders. Then at last, while saying this, it seems that if you start moshing again, or trying to harass her parents if I do it, then no one will be worse than me, and then when she starts leaving from here with full attitude. If so, then mashing's parents just want mashing. I kept on seeing how much there was in it. If he has the courage, then Doma starts saying that I have been like this for so long, a strong one. I was looking for a girl. That is, mashing was right next to me. Now I want this girl as my girlfriend. I will try my best to make it. And then just like this, part 8 ends here with the scene. So at the beginning of part 9 we get some A scene from the next day is shown where we let's see that Kiddo Ma and mashing both are together, getting ready with that Doma waitress for jobs, while mushing club members taekwondo is shown again to teach. That's how hard mushing can work. She has been with all her students as well. She looked quite serious here too. That's why she was training everyone well. So Doma also considers the job of waitress as good, that is. Any work at all does not spoil anything, does all the work well. Then it's now shown that mushing brings the teacher with her to the club and shows how her students, along with practice, solve hard words as well, I am remembering, because of which both the works get done. I am doing it. That means study as well as training. So then the teacher took a test for moshing too, and asked hard questions to those who moshing easily gives the answer after all that. If he is a school topper, then his teacher is bad. What kind of hobbies does Doma have that make her so intelligent? When did it become a thing? When this one failed since 2 years? It was happening, but then he started saying that you have to fulfill 2 conditions. First, that you are in Tech Wonder Tournament. You will win our school and come to the second. You all got more than 30 in the exam. If you have to score marks, then everyone will make faces because preparations for the tournament begin. So everyone will do this happily. But the exam, how did I get 30 PTS marks, i.e. that? So, butt moshing is impossible for all of them. Accepts the condition that it is okay. I will do this, but please do it again. There is absolutely no intention to diss our club. Don't even think. The teacher says yes, it will be seen later and only then from here. After which we have to end the mushing. Kdrama was shown on the rooftop where Kdrama thanked Mashing for that. Tam Singh says to save the club. It's okay, kid. Mother said that. Even if you are in my strong body, but you... Nothing much to say about Tech Vendo. So now I will train you. After that, what was to happen was mushing. The training started, where Doma running does a lot more than mushing. She makes you do hard exercises, and she also makes him do jumping, so that Doma's body, whoever has moshing in them even more, so that we can become strong. It is also shown that's how everybody is studying, i.e. that the students of Doma who need to read and write, I don't like studying at all, now have become serious because how can they? You have to get 30+ marks by doing moshing. I also had to practice high jumping. She started doing all that, which was enough for her. There was a problem, but he did not give up. Then Doma started to believe in mashing, convinced me that you can do it. That is me. If I have complete faith in you, then I will do it in mushing. Also, I started to gain courage after which the scene was cut. And now we have Kdrama's family restaurant, showed where all things work well for kids, i.e. a good waitress. I was taking everybody's orders like that. Then when I came to the manager, he said that it's been 1 week here and you are on your way. If you are giving your best, then he will be happy to hear this. It seemed that just then, a customer called out, who's as soon as Doma came near, then they start complaining that how is this, I have prepared food. Doma says, sorry, please bring it, I will change it and bring it right now. But then, that man intentionally touched Doma's hand, because of which he started feeling uncomfortable. Then that man floods the house with that Doma. The most obvious thing is that it starts getting very angry. And now, as soon as the man turned back to the body of the mushing, if I touched it, then what was supposed to happen was that Doma, his anger grew so much that a powerful kick kills the man, because of which the situation got worse, and the man made noise. Now we see that manager Doma, you are scolding him for trying to beat the customer. How can you pick up whatever happened? You should first inform us. In this video, we see how mushing is done in kendo. I am telling the whole story that this happened to me. Everything happened, so I had to leave my job, and I know you will be angry with me now, but I couldn't do anything. I just did what I thought was right. When I did that, then Mashing said that, you did it right so that the dough remains fresh, is that you are not really angry. Then she says no, because my body has been protected, and for that, you fought for me. That's why I am better than you. Why would she be angry? Doma starts feeling happy, and he says, see how much I am manly. That's why now you agree that I'm more manly than Mushing. She starts laughing and says, yes, you are there too. Doma started getting calls from the hotel manager, who Mr. Yan is saying he wants to meet you. So come back now. Then Mr. Yuan, i.e. his father, to meet him. Actually, the man who was being mushed came to the office, has kicked. He is making noise, and he is demanding that Kdrama apologize to him. Ask for it, or else he will file a case against their hotel. That's why Mr. Yan started saying that leaving the hotel alone in times of trouble, I did not have to go to create a situation. How can you back out after that? Now look at that. The man is making so much noise, and if the hotel is getting a bad name, then Kdrama. He says that it wasn't my fault, so why should I apologize to that man? That's why I left my job. Rio is outside, who is very shocked to know this. I am more angry about how this man treated her. I tried to seduce my brother's girlfriend, so he immediately started teaching this man a lesson and said, that will you file a case against me? Come on, I'll file a case against you, girl. On the charge of teasing, and then grabbing the man's collar and pulling him, I took him to the other side in the office when the conversation was going on. If it would have been so, then in the meantime that Doma's. From her talking style, Mr. Yan recognized that, oh, so you are the same girl who told me that day I found a kid in my other restaurant. Mother said that yes, I am the same. Then he said, it seems that you will have to accept that. You're small, but you're much more than you are now. You are brave, and you know how to keep your word. Your parents must be proud of you. Then that even Doma starts saying it in full style. Yes, I am great. And now I am. My parents are proud of me too. And I'm doing the job just so that I can experience life and then make my own. And he started praising me a lot more. And then when he tells me in his talks that he is Mr. and is a friend of Jan's son, i.e. Doma. It was only after taking help from Rio that Doma. When I got a job here, then Mr. Yuvan was shocked, did you know my son so well? And then only I remember. I start doing that one night when I am with Rikarao. When I was returning home, he told me that Dom is with his friend. And then it was also indicated in gestures that the change has happened because of that same friend. And that the name of the girl is Moshing, which is the same girl as named. So, in present direct, they start asking if you are a kid, that you have a girlfriend. Kid, it's not my cup of tea. Not yet. Right now we're just friends. Then, Dad is surprised to see kdrama. We begin to see what this means in the future. This girl's planning is done by my son, kdrama. By the way, Doma is trying to date her. He was asking for 1 week's salary and I didn't do anything wrong by killing a man. That's why Mr. Jan went back to kdrama. They hire him for the job and give him 1 week's work. They also give us salary, after which now Moshing's father was shown on who's mobile. If it comes to 1,400 yuan, then how much money will the die shot cost? Who sent it? So call out and ask, looks like someone has mistakenly put something here, I have transferred the money, but there is no response if he does not give it. Then Doma. Which all this, he was doing it secretly. He came forward and told, I thought I was doing this, and I was surprised that where did you get so much money from? Mom also came here from behind. kdrama. I tell you everything that I am doing to my friend Kido. Working as a waiter at Ma's restaurant, I am here and this is 1 week's salary. Then Dad, along with that, Mom also gets shocked that what 1 week's salary, because Mom, who Aunt Lean, she works as a vet near them, you get only 800 yuan per month there. Kadom, he started saying that now neither do you both know, Auntie. There is no need to be afraid of Lean nor to be suppressed, and no need to worry about the rent being increased. I will pay because from now on I will pay the rent. And then he started leaving from here happily. Then the parents are surprised to see the Doma going, and then now at night we were discussing somewhere both Moshing and Kidor because they are not dating each other. Only then can anyone get a job in such a big hotel. Mom started getting worried that if this is the case, then that is why the focus is on Moshing's study. If you are not able to give it, then Dad says that the Doma boy is not bad, i.e. good when he came home I really liked him. But we have no clue about the dating of these. I will have to think because Doma is too much. If she is rich, then her mom also discusses all this. Looks like she's been moshing since she cut her hair. She has changed completely since then. Well, both of them talk about this for a long time. And then I fell asleep after, which now the next thing is, we see that both Mashing and kdrama sitting on the rooftop where kdrama is speaking. I didn't know that my father was so. They are good, i.e. they gave me my job back, but I kept it. Maybe I am a girl this time. That's why he is behaving kindly with me. If yes, then Moshing starts to explain that no. It's not like that. Your father is a good person. And that's why I love you too. He had prepared buns for you that Doma said yes, and you tested me. I have not even told how my father brought up this family when you made it. Then Motion starts saying, don't worry now. When next time that bus rides. If you do, I will definitely bring it for you and feed you that. Dab Zhang came here, and the name of Moshing started calling out kdrama, says Zhang. But why is it here? And then right then jumping came to him. Then the Moshing was put down right there. There was a problem getting down by the way Zhang brought shake to Moshing, so he gives it to the one whom kdrama thanks. Then he started calling out kdrama. That is, he calls for Moshing, and then tells, look, this is my good friend whose... The name is Zhang. Zhang started to get surprised at this. Hearing that, what friend, while I felt that, from now on, Moshing is my girlfriend. At the same time, Moshing signals to Doma that take your hand down from his shoulder, and then the worms went away, and then Jayan's milkshake gives Moshing to both of them. They test it and then start praising it. So this is really, really good. So this listen, as I began to be happy that let you. I liked it, but the same Shin who was hiding in these. She was looking at all three and started feeling jealous. That's how Mushing gave the famous boys there. He has kept him aside, so teach him a lesson, it will happen, and only then will the machine's bicycle came close to puncture his tire. But then Kidong comes from behind, and he asks, "What are you doing then?" Then Shin was shocked to see kdrama. I started to ask if you have this again. If Jong is the reason behind everything, then she would speak that yes, because just a while ago I was on the rooftop with you. So I heard this kdrama starts to say that you are stupid. And now you show us your penis Gaia who likes Shinky friend. But Shin's friend Lin absolutely loves it. She doesn't do that, so she keeps running away from him. So Tamu Xing sees all this. She came to talk to Lin, who explained the whole scene how I like that girl, but she says that I know you, I don't even know your name. Even though I'm always around him, I stay here to help him. Then Mushin says, "Don't worry, I can give you some advice like this, with the help of which you can impress your crush if you can do it." Then Link started feeling happy after hearing this. On the other hand, we have Shin and kdrama. Also shown was kdrama made it clear that he was absolutely safe in the war. I am not even interested in her, but she is interested in someone else, likes it, Shin can't believe it. So there is a little bit of evil in Domajang. When he does, then Shin believes kdrama says that, "I will help you. I can make Jian your boyfriend in getting it made because I know that the boys, what kind of girls does he like, i.e., you're always after that thing, boys don't like it, so little by little stay away from him and make him relive it. That you also have something of Shinky Doma." I was listening to the advice carefully, and then she started saying that I want to be friends with you because now only you can save me from the war. Can you get it for me? So are you my friend? Will you become one and help me, kid? Ma? I agreed that. Yes, absolutely. And then just this scene part 9 ends here with, so till now we have seen that Mushing is ready, hence the drama to help Link. And while talking about movies, she said that you want to impress the girl by seeing all this should learn the same kdrama also of Shin. He was ready to help, whose afterwards we now see that Linga is sitting in the bus. The drama is watching how the hero impressed the girl by covering her in your court. Kara decides that now I will do the same thing. And now show us that when Ling's crush is in the library, then the penis comes to her, and she, just like a drama hero in his court. The crush is also surprised to see that he covers everything. It starts happening, but then the Link gets so fast it felt hot and he ran away from here, and I came out and started breathing a sigh of relief. And then he looks in the book to see what he will do next. After which we will now show the canteen scene. Let's see where Linky crush was getting food, then someone stealthily unties his shoelaces. Then when she started leaving from here, then Link's the friend who untied my shoelaces. He started telling me that your shoelaces are open. So now, before she could figure it out, then Linky entered, who was loud. This person stops his crush by shouting at them, saying, "I will fix it." Crush's surprise. She started looking at the Ling, and then the Ling. I put on my shoelaces with a lot of style, but here he makes a mistake that as soon as he wakes up. So she accidentally hit the food tray with her crush. He hit me on the face, because of which I had a crush. All the clothes got ruined and he got angry. She started looking at the penis, which is her own hobby. He started running away from here, making an excuse. When the name Krishna shouted loudly, then the Linga. I am happy that finally he remembers my name. It's done, and then I go away from here. Then now we are shown that when that I was sitting alone and making notes. That now, what else do I need to do next? If your crush gets impressed, then living here comes and asks, "What are you doing?" Ho Ling told me everything about the boss. Doma has given advice to her crush. I am working on that to impress you. Then Jimming started laughing and said that so many girls gave love letters to Boss Kato. But she accepts love letters from anyone. He didn't do it because he didn't care for anyone. You could not understand the feeling. So, how can you take love advice from them? I started thinking that yes, it is true. This means I'm working so hard for nothing while I should do something else, and then I will be here. After which the scene was cut, and now we are shown a night scene. How trying to get exercise in the kids. But in Mushing's weak body it fits right in. I was not able to do it. Then Mashing's dad, he made a talisman for his daughter, which Doma liked it very much. So he praises her cooking. And then when she is on diet, When he left, Doma got a message from Jayan comes that tomorrow scape with the moshing. Doma wants to enter the chamber first. Someone I don't reply that I am okay with this. Why should I go? But when he got the idea that this is the perfect opportunity to set up Shin and Jayang, so he agrees to get it done, and Shin was also invited, after which we now. Let's look at Shin, who is told by Kido. Mahui has arrived at the location while I was worried after seeing Shin. So I started asking, why did you invite him when he is... She bullies you. Doma starts saying that all that was a misunderstanding now. No. That means now we both are friends, and then call out to Shin and say hello to him. Looks like Jong also started saying hello, then I started feeling shy. Well, these three finally got a room have entered inside from where their game. It has just started when someone locks the door, gives Kid Jung clues to find he says, and then after he leaves from here started telling Shin that this is the best place here. This is the scariest theme I have selected, Jong, and for you, so that you both can be together. You can come close to others, so you know that what do you have to do? I.e., firstly Jong has to show himself as rude and also strong. You have to find all the clues by yourself so that... Could I be impressed by you? Shin said yes. Okay, I understood. Then Jong came and said, if you are not able to understand anything, then Shin is indicating that there might be something there. So let's go kdrama hiffy, but when Jang Shun got the hi-fi but she doesn't take it, instead, she kisses him. She went away from here staring angrily at the... Because of this, Jang started thinking that today this... How come you are ignoring me for the first time? Well, now it is shown that these three are in one room. Wherever I come, I can't find any clue. So Shin was making a mistake, which is why Jung said also that there is no use in looking there. I.e., you won't get anything from there? I have already checked, I have done it? Then Shan replies that if you are not getting anything, then it means it is not that you should make others like yourself. Consider yourself a fool if suddenly someone's photo appears in the... And scary sound comes in front of everyone. When it started playing in the background, then kids I shouted and he pointed to Jiang, if you get stuck to it, then Shani does the same thing. I.e., she quickly ran and climbed on top of Jian, and she started acting as if she was scared and said, please Jiang, save me. But when he said Jiang, when I saw him I realized that he himself was in a bad condition. He is so scared that his eyes are filled with tears. There are tears and I'm going to walk away from here. If someone is talking to you. Then Shin starts saying to himself, I felt that this was too much fear. Well, now on the other side show us Doma's father, who is angry that the buried mashing comes down, who felt like his stepmother stopping him on the way, and asks if you has any work gone wrong that your father is so... I am sitting angry, the machine says no, so, and then when Kidoma's father got scared when she came in front of him, then he started asking her that why are you increasing my problems? Mashing starts asking if you are mine. I am angry because of my classmate, who he had hit the customer because of that, and then she started explaining that I had offered her a job. That's why I got it for him, because he needed it. Then Dyad explains that I am angry about this. No, but I am troubled by the fact that, how can you get a girlfriend at this age? Which is not right. While this in age you should read and write mashing. Is it still a hobby or not? It is not like that. She is not my girlfriend. We are just... If you have friends, then Dad will speak angrily. Don't lie, the girl herself told this. You both have accepted each other. Do you like it when Rio comes here? Due to which Dad started asking a lot of questions that... Then the scene comes back to kdrama where Jong uses his mind to find a clue. He finds it and is waiting for someone to come. So the door opened when someone secretly Jong was pulled from behind by kdrama, and both Shins are left wondering what happened. Then Doma signals him to go save your love and her heart. If you win, then your Shin will have full energy. And she went to find Young at full speed. After which we now look at Rio, which Dad is asking, tell me that girl, i.e. Musashi, has Doma's girlfriend, right? Because you were the one who told me about this. So then Rio changed the topic and said that yes, I also felt the same way earlier. But Dad, it is not like that. Rather, that girl is not in Doma because she stays with me because she has a crush on me. Mashing started looking at her with surprise. Then he says that Dad actually doesn't do anything at this age. It is normal to have a crush on someone. Don't worry. Let me handle everything and that's it. Can you just focus on your studies? Dad would have believed his words that, okay, if it is like that, then now this both brothers went from here to their mom and dad mother, to whom dad is telling that it would have been known that this kid is already dating. If he is getting into trouble, then I will solve this. I would have broken my legs because we are parents. That's why it is our duty to teach children the right. Then Mom started saying to show the direction. Dating isn't that bad after all. We need our children feelingless. If you dated girls, then what were your grandfather broke my legs dead silent. This happened, so I started giving excuses, but she does not listen to him at all. After which now, we are shown back the escape chamber scene, where two ghosts are holding Jian. At the same time, Shin was also not leaving Jian. No, it's mine, so leave it. But both of them also do not accept defeat, due to which poor Jian's condition became very bad. So much that he even stopped breathing, it hits him and he falls unconscious right there. Both the ghosts said, "Hey, he is not dead. So let's leave it here and go, and when we leave from here then." She tried to wake Shin Shang up. Zhang finally regained consciousness, but when he saw Shin, he turned back in fear, fell unconscious, and Doma, who was a small boy, trying to get out of the way. Just then he heard a voice from behind and asked him to turn. But it turns out there's a ghost behind it first, so he reacts as if that's okay, but then again louder. He started running away from here screaming, and when he came, he asked Shin to leave from here. I told him to leave it here and hurry up. Come with me because there are ghosts following us, Shinbo said, but am I the truth? I shall leave it here. But when he too, if you hear sounds of ghosts coming, then that too. She would leave Jian here and run away quickly. Hey, well, both of them went a long way, and finally, the place comes where the game has to end. So she starts looking at the coffin to see what it is. What could be going on inside? That Rust is also here. The one who can play the game using his mind has arrived. I was trying to solve both. I am curious to know when you became conscious of this son. He stared angrily at Shin, and then it was shown how Zhang finally regained consciousness. He had come, but when the ghosts came to him from behind, when she saw him, she tried to faint again. I had done acting, and then now when it is present, he is solving the mystery again. So then Shin and Kado, Ma Xiang's shirt. Seeing this, they asked with surprise that, why is this so? How did it get worse? Then Zhang again. Flashbacks remind her of when she was about to faint, he was acting. Then all the ghosts were around him. They had climbed up and left, but he still got up. Well, Zhang was not there. He pointed to a room. Car says that Shin, you go there and check. Clues can be found there, and when Shin is gone. So then Zhang said, stop moshing and end it, that the clue is not there, but in this coffin, which we both should open, kdrama. He gets busy with his work, but in the meanwhile, the war continues. How does it feel for the feelingless? I came here with him today. But kdrama, he starts making faces because obviously no interest in listening to Zhang, it was not there, so he got up and left from there. But Zhang was non-stop feelingless. Zhang thought it was mushing. So I felt shy that whether yours again, I feel like kissing her. But when as soon as he looks back, he sees the zombie king. He lost his senses after seeing it. So right then Shin leaps in unconscious and lands a powerful punch. kdrama kills the zombie king. I thought maybe you needed to do that. If it wasn't there, then the zombie king made a noise. I told everyone to catch this girl started coming from that side. That is a lot of people. A crowd of people gathered here to see these two. Both Shin and Kid Kima are going to catch. They start screaming badly. Even all of them even picked up Shin, because of which she was screaming even more. Then kdrama picks up something and brings it to all of them. Zhang and Shin see whom to kill. Looks like they will all finally win. But this could not happen. Instead, the kids fell upside down in the coffin. That is, those people who was going to put Shin in the coffin. But instead of Shin, kdrama has fallen inside. This is why Zhang is about to faint again, starts acting, and so does Shin. On the other hand, Ryu, who had lost courage, he is with mashing, bringing fruits for mashing. Then when mushing, Ryu also gets fruits. If she gives me something to eat, then I will eat this thing. He got very emotional after seeing that I started crying and telling you that I had been wanting this for so long that you become like the insects before. Because you loved me so much before. but in the middle of it, you started hating me. But now I am finally happy to see this. Now you start liking me again. So then Mashing started saying in her mind that I wish that I would be here at this time and would be taking care of my brother. Well, now we'll see if we can hear these things. Qixin and Jiang, who are trying to open the coffin, he tried his best, but on the contrary, you locked it even better, kid. Ma called out to Shin and told him to come quickly call Doma here as soon as possible because I have run out of my asthma medicine. Then Shin says, yes, of course you should be scared. No, I am calling him. And then when Mashing found out about this, she became very angry. I was left with no interest in it, so I started leaving quickly. But now the problem is that mushing has to be done on a bike. She doesn't know how to drive, but then she herself explained that I had the muscle memory of Doma. It must be so. And then thinking this, she started riding the bike, and here he suddenly rode the bike well at full speed. On the other hand, Doma, which is in a bad state, i.e., he was feeling suffocated when finally Mashing is here, which is called by Shin and Jing. Yet both of them looked at him with surprise, then Mashing. I tried my best to open the coffin. Here those kids are so much for Maya. We can tell by looking at him that he is upset. How much he cares for the kids. Or does it make the kids like the mom? It seems like finally the coffin has been opened. The mushing kid tackles Ma and then her. I started inhaling using the inhaler, due to which then, after going there, Kato Ma got some relief, that he started to regain consciousness. So, from the mushing, he asks why you came so late. Why did you mashing? Sorry, she says that next time, nothing will happen to you. I will give it to you, and then only I will pick up kdrama and take him to my. The scene starts taking a lot with it. It was good. So after seeing all this, Shin started speaking that, oh well, so mushing likes Doma. By the way, both of them look good together. Neither did Jiang get angry at this. That is, he started getting angry. So he started getting angry, he sees them both leaving, and then just like this part 10 ends here with the scene.